Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
With dreams of bringing her family to the United States, Napasorn Wutitanarudt worked tirelessly to establish successful businesses, including Bikram Yoga and Namaste Cafe. However, despite her material success, she felt a void in her life. This void led her on a quest to find the one true God, and that is through this search that she found Jesus Christ. From Religious to Relationship chronicles Napasorn's journey of faith and her ultimate triumph in knowing God through a personal relationship. This memoir celebrates her accomplishment of her goal, the arrival of her family in the United States. It also serves as a guide for new believers, offering foundational truth and basic instruction to strengthen their work with the Lord. As the reader gets to know Napasorn, they discover her deep passion for reaching the lost and helping them find their true purpose in life and God's plans for them. Her desire to share her own personal transformation and experiences is evident, and it is through her words that readers can find hope and inspiration. Living in the United States with her family and beloved English bulldog, Panda, Napasorn's story is a testament to the transformative power of faith and the life-changing impact of a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. From Religious to Relationship is a memoir that not only celebrates Napasorn's journey, but also offers guidance and encouragement for the others seeking a deeper connection with God. Let us all hear Napasorn Wutitanarudt on her Author of the Hour session.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Good morning.
Good
For some state. How are you, Ali?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. I am Ellie Gassetta, and I am the moderator for this. I'm looking so forward to it for this hour, Author of the Hour with Napasorn. And I'm not going to attempt your last name, but that's okay. Okay. With Napasorn and her husband, Jason. This is a first for me to be able to moderate a couple. And I am just excited. And I would remind everyone that we are live along all of the Reader's Magnet social media sites. So, sign up, join in, and relax and enjoy the fun we're going to have for the next hour. Hello, you too.
Hello. So awesome to see you again. It's been a year.
It's been a year, and I'm so happy. And in that time, you've married, and uh, so I'm just so excited for the two of you. We'll have a little fun with that later on in our hour. But tell me about your book. Tell me what led you to write a book from. And I know, yes, show me your book. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Um,
you.
I am I you and I have a lot in common, and that is our caregiving journeys. And you're still on yours. Mine lasted for 10 years, and you said you're in your 13 years of yours. Tell me, tell me a little bit about the two of you and about your book, and then we'll get into some questions.
So when I wrote this book, I haven't met
Mhm.
Jason yet. God is
Really?
funny.
Yes. I
Yeah.
assumed, I remember that.
Yes. Yeah. Because I mentioned last year that I never thought about going to write a book because I came over here at the young age, only 20 years old, from Thailand to the US with a broken heart, with first love that, is the first love. And my heart is so broken, and I just want to go like away from my country, because it just so hurt. Like I put everything I got to the first love, because when you love someone at that age, so young, and you just feel like you're so giant, and you just like, you can do anything. You can do anything at that age, like from 17 to 20. And I'm just like, when my heart is, broke at the 20 years old, and I'm just like, you know what? I want to go far away. I don't want to see the old picture of me and the first love in the same country. And I'm just like, you know what? My mom, thank you, God, from my mom, because, I originally born in Thailand, yes, but my parents are Chinese. So, but they came from China with a sailboat with a grandpa, and I was born in Thailand, Bangkok. And my mom still have traditional Chinese traditional that have so many gods, like Chinese gods. And she introduced me to many gods inside the house. She have like a lot of statues, and grandma, grandpa, that she like pray to grandma, grandpa, the one that passed away. And I'm like,
She had an she had an altar in the house for them.
yes. And
Okay.
I'm like at the young age, like 5 years old, because I'm walk with her, like everywhere, because I'm the youngest one. And actually my mom adopted four more kids before me. So she have her own three. It's in the book. Everything that I share with you is in the book. It's my first book that wrote from my heart and wrote from the true story. And just hopefully that benefit many people that have a broken heart. Many area, no need to be only the lover, can be like, friendship or school or career. I think this book is will help many areas of heartbroken, because we need the truth to heal our heart. So my mom just like, take me to the Chinese temple, to the Thai temple, and just like, okay, this God named so and so. And I'm like, I cannot remember those names. It's so many names, like 50 names in the temple, 100 as gods. And then she's like, you know what? Just call only one God, because it's only one God up there in heaven anyway that hear your heart. But she doesn't know his name. And she just said that there's only one God up there in heaven that hear your heart. And I'm just like, oh, cool. So I don't have to remember all of those names. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to call one God. And she just like, okay, let's pray. But she hand me like a, a bunch of incense, like 50 incense, to put, three incense on one god, three incense on another god, five incense, seven incense. And I'm like, all right, but how do you pray, mom? And she's just like, pray from your heart. just pray from your heart. The one God up there will hear your heart. And I'm like, that word that mom put in me when the young age, and I'm just carry that and hold on the one God that hear my heart. And I pray like, so many stories to let you know, but I pray. But to go back to why I came over here and write the book. So when my heart is broke, and I'm just like, okay, one God up there in heaven, you hear my heart. I would love to get out of my country, but I want to bring one goal. And the goal that I want to go is I want to bring the whole family to the US. I want to bring I have 4 nephews, because when you heard from the man and you have 4 boys, you have 4 nephews, and you just like, you want to see your nephews growing up with what do you call it, environment, good environment, because I'm not saying that Thailand is bad, but when my heart is broken, I'm just like, try to looking for answer that why, what did he do wrong? We know each other for a while, and then now I start talking to a friend, and friends just like have the same experience, that man cheating on her, and I'm like, now when I turn everywhere, it's like, man, not really good. Like my brother cheating on on his girlfriend, my brother-in-law cheating on my sister, my good friend, her husband cheating on her, and I'm like, what is happening in Thailand? What is going on? That man around me like cheating a lot, and I'm just like, oh no, I have 4 nephews, and I want them to growing up with a good, uh, environment. And I'm just like, all right, Lord. Oh, no, no, not Lord at that time. All right, God, you hear me. I want to bring 4 nephews plus mom, dad, sister, brother, brother-in-law. Like I include everybody, even though I know that they're not a really good man at that time. And I'm just like, okay, God, I want to bring the whole family to the US. So you help me, the one God up there in heaven. You hear my heart. Mom say that. And I'm like, all right. I tell my mom, and my mom's just like, nope, I'm not going to do all the paper for you. If you want to go, do on your own. And I'm like, oh, challenge me. You challenge me. So I'm like, I do all the paperwork, on my own, getting the visa. Mom never helped me. And I'm just like, but God help me. I said, the one God up there will help me. And then I go get the visa. And before getting to the immigration, no, not immigration, the American embassy in Thailand, that you go ask for the visa. And I'm just like, okay, I want God up there in heaven, you hear me, you need to help me to get approved the visa. And then I got the visa for the student visa, and then I come over here, and on the airplane, crying on the airplane by myself, like I just like so broken.
Where did you go? Where did you go? Did you come to Orlando, or where did you start out in the United States?
Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
So
Big change.
I have no idea, right? Bangkok is super busy. Like I born in a city, and then but I have like no people that I know in the America or in UK. At that time when I'm in Thailand, I asked around about who can help me to help me get, to take me out of Thailand. And my friend have a cousin in UK, in London. And then I'm like, she's my best friend. And I'm like, can we go? Because you're pregnant, and your husband not good to you. I'm like, can you just go with me? And she's like, oh, I'm afraid, but I said, but your sister live in London. You should not be afraid, because your sister live there. And she afraid. And I'm just like, okay, well. So I end up to come here in the US, that I asked around people in Thailand, and one of my friends just introduced me to unknown friends that they are going to Iowa. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, I go anywhere except Thailand, I just want to get out. Iowa, I have no idea how is Iowa look like. And then I'm just like, okay, I go with them. I'm on the airplane with like 3 people. They come to the state to study, to be a lawyer, to be a doctor, but I'm just like, want to get out. I don't know that I just tell God that I just bring the big goal. I want
When did you come here? What year?
1996.
So you've been here almost 30 years.
28. Yeah.
Okay. And wow. So you were 20 years old when you left?
Yes. So we both same age. So we're going to be 48. So don't tell anybody that we're going to be 48, okay?
Oh, you know what? That's fine. You look like you're 6 anyway. You the both of you look like you're in your 20s. That's why I asked. You look so young. Tell me what challenges have you faced in establishing businesses and working towards? How long did it take you? How long did it take you to bring your family over? How many years?
It took me 17 years to bring like 14 people. So it took me 17 years, but the first 10 years I'm here alone with no cousin, no family, no friend. I just go with the flow. I just like whatever, God is going to help me. And I just, have no idea who I can trust and who going to sincere to me because I don't have, I don't speak English well. At that time, like pretty broken English at that time. Now I'm still broken English. I don't have school. So I came over here with the student visa, and then I stay in Iowa only 3 months because my mom got a business fail in Thailand. She could not send me to the school anymore. She lost a lot of business in Thailand. She lost like $1.5 million at that time. And she asked me to go back to Thailand. She don't have money to spend from me anymore.
Where did you go from Iowa?
Iowa, you mean about where that I stayed?
Where did you end up from Iowa?
Orlando.
Well, then you went to Orlando. So Jason, where do you come into the picture? How did you two meet, and what was your first impression of your bride?
Yeah. So I recently moved to Florida, to the Orlando area from California after being in California for almost 18 years. So in moving here, I was interested in one of the churches here that I had discovered online, and decided to move here and bought a house without even stepping in it. And it turned out that the house that I was able to get is in the neighborhood with the church.
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah. So I started to go to the church, and I didn't have anybody here in Florida that I knew other than a family of friends that lived in California for a while, and they're here in Orlando. So going to the church over almost a year time period, and I met Napasorn going to the Christmas Eve candlelight service at this church, which is also the church that she went to. So that it was at night, and I was meeting up with a group of people that I hadn't met yet through the church, but I had gotten connected with through the baptism ministry. And so that night, going into the sanctuary in the dark and everything getting set up and sitting down, and they had mentioned that Napasorn was going to be there, that she was a friend of theirs. And so she walked in and sat in the row in front of us, and I immediately felt a connection, and I just felt like my heart leap in my chest. So I knew that, I wanted to get to know her, meet her, and that she was special. Yeah.
So you met her on the 23rd of December.
Yeah.
And then So because you had these friends in common, did you spend that Christmas together, or did you talk to her at that service afterwards? And
Yeah,
because I know you said you really never dated, but
yeah.
did you talk to her after that service?
So yeah, after that service, the entire group went out to have a meal together at a restaurant, and it was about 6 people, I'd say, and it was pretty busy. People talking, asking questions, and we didn't get much of a chance to really talk, but some tidbits here and there of things that I think made us both be like, huh, this is interesting, because we found out that we're both the same age.
Uh-huh.
And we found out also that we had both lost our previous spouses. So there was definitely some curiosity there and some interest, and some recognition that something was happening, that God was doing something. And the same group decided that, hey, you know what, why don't we go tomorrow to the candlelight service at a different church? So we did that the next night. And again, it was, Napasorn was there, and we got to actually sit together, and we spoke a little bit more about some things, but not a whole lot. And then the same group decided that, hey, you know what, on New Year's Eve, there's another service at a different church. So we went to that one as well. And, we all sat together, and it was a great time. All 3 services were just absolutely amazing, and very, very spiritual, and the presence of God definitely, there. So that was the first 3 meetings that we had, and then from there, like, we didn't go on any dates or anything. We got connected a little bit through text messaging with the group and text messaging. And then that led to later in the text messaging, whenever I found out, well, I'd been told by the group that Napasorn had written a book. And in text messaging, Napasorn was like, hey, I'm doing these live videos to promote my book. Do you want to check that out? And I was like, sure, absolutely. And she sent me her Facebook page to watch the video. And whenever she did that, I saw on her profile that she had a double rainbow, which was very special to me, because before I ever met her, a few months before I met her, that was a specific encounter that I had in prayer with God whenever he told me double rainbow. And I was, wandering around Florida for a few months, looking in the sky and seeing single rainbows and not understanding, like, what does this double rainbow mean, God? So whenever she sent me the profile and I saw that she had Jeremiah 29:11, the double rainbow at the end, and then on her profile picture, she had a giant rainbow photograph that was taken, I learned later, by Dr. Stanley. I was like, wow, this is definitely God in this and bringing us together. And I mentioned to her, I'm like, hey, you have the double rainbow, like, and I told her what I had experienced. So it was just incredible. And then later in April, we finally met for the first time together.
Tell them that you try to ask me on the phone that can we talk, can we meet?
Yeah.
And what I said.
Yeah, so I knew that God was bringing us together. I knew that this was a very special, that she was a very special person, and that she was, really seeking God with the book and everything in her life that was happening. So I asked her, I was like, hey, what do you think? How do you feel about the possibility of having a partner again in life? And she was like, well, I don't want a man, but if it's from the Lord, then I'm open if it's from the Lord. And so she kept telling me that continuously, like, well, if it's from the Lord, and that went on for a while until we finally met later in April for the first time. And
only one day.
Yeah, we went for a walk around the lake, and we talked for about 6 hours. And I mean, I just knew, and I think that she knew too, but still being cautious to make sure that this was from God.
Yeah,
and
don't
not
want to
from
get
us.
hurt. Don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah.
Wow, what a story, you two. Um, so, what a story.
Oh, actually, you should say that this is gonna help you to like, wow, look at God.
Yeah, there's many more aspects to the story that are just absolutely amazing, mind blowing. Whenever we met and we started talking at that time, with the first time that we met, like about marriage and if it's from the Lord and whatnot, like I was like, this is I feel God is definitely leading all of this, and what if God confirms to us and tells us that it's from Him? And so we went to church leading up to Easter. And whenever we were there at church, at the very beginning of the church, the pastor was like, okay, turn to the person next to you. And, and then he said to say to each other, it's okay, you can start now. And so we were like, wow, we said that to each other and we just laughed because we had just spoken the night before that if God confirms to us that we can start our relationship and get married, we wanted to know from God that that's what He wanted. And so we were just amazed and also concerned about what people would think, that things were obviously happening so quickly.
Because we never date.
Yeah, because we never dated. We did go to our families individually and talk to our parents, and our parents on both sides blessed the marriage and said that they would love that, even though they had never met us. That's so wild. And so yeah, then we were concerned about what people would think in the church community and friend community. And we went back to church the next day, and again at the beginning of the service, the pastor told people to turn to their neighbor, and we turned to each other.
We asked God to talk to us again today.
Yeah. And the pastor was like, turn to the person next to you and say, it's okay, you can go public. You can go public. You can go public.
3 times.
Yeah. So to us, and having that question about how are people going to receive this, that we didn't date, we've not been in a relationship, and we're just going to be getting married immediately. It was another moment where God showed up and gave us a huge confirmation that we were doing the right thing and following what He was leading us to do. So,
Did you have a traditional wedding, or did you just go to the judge and get married? Did you have a traditional wedding? Did you plan a wedding?
So it was a whirlwind of stuff that happened. We did go to the judge of the courthouse in Orlando and get married there with Napasorn's our nephews and my son there to witness and take photos and things. Prior to that, I asked Napasorn, like, hey, so with your family, with your culture, with your traditions, like what is the process for like engagement and marriage and things? So we actually had the family come over and we did some of the traditional Chinese things for an engagement and marriage, with like a lot of oranges and some tea ceremony and just honoring the family together and having a meal together. So,
and have mom and dad bless us.
Yes.
How fun.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna do a round of hashtags. And so I'm going to say a word. They're going to put it up on the screen. And I want you to tell me what comes to mind when you see the word. And both of you can tell me, or just one of you can tell me. And I think I know this. Rainbow.
Yeah, so rainbow, obviously this is the story that I was mentioning before. In August, before I met Napasorn, I had an encounter with God in prayer through a really powerful situation. And I literally said, I was like, God, I feel like you're talking to me right now. And I heard Him say, like, ask for a sign. And I was like, I can't ask for a sign. I don't, And then I heard him say double rainbow. And I just started to laugh because I was like, oh, that's funny. What a unique and interesting thing. And also, what does that mean? What does that mean? So, months later, for all of these things to happen and for that moment with getting Napasorn's Facebook for the videos and seeing on her profile the double rainbow, it just is just such an example of how God knows us. Yeah, he knows us so intimately, and it's a personal relationship with him. And the rainbow signifies, obviously, God's promise to us from the Bible. And so it's just super special, amazing.
So have you guys seen a rainbow? Have you seen a double rainbow since you've gotten married, or have you just seen it on her profile?
We saw it on her profile, and we've also seen some double rainbow experiences as well, like in different moments since that have been really special.
Yes, I'm sure.
Like when we were talking about the just recently, we were talking about our church and the building that the church is in. It used to be a gambling center in the area. So it's like, look at God taking this establishment and flipping it upside down to turn it from a gambling, building where there was drugs and prostitution and all sorts of things going on, and to turn that into a church for the community. And it's been growing and very, very successful with lots of people coming out. And it's amazing. So we were talking about this, and I just so happened to try to pull up the previous on Google Maps what the building was. And whenever I did that, the first photo of this building on Google Maps, it had a double rainbow over the building in the sky.
So you knew what was coming.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, wow, look at that. It's like moved here to this church that we both happen to be going to. And the picture on Google Maps of that church has a double rainbow in the sky over the church as the first picture. So it was just another amazing moment where God shows up and confirms to us, that he's in this and moving us where he would have us be. So awesome.
Okay, next hashtag, English Bulldog.
So Lala comes to mind with me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
She is something else too.
Yeah, definitely.
And whose dog is this? Did you get this dog together, or was he was he your dog, Napasorn, or was he Jason? Oh, he was your dog.
Yeah, it's my dog. So I used to have 5 English Bulldog before. You see that how my cover that have the English Bulldog with the butterfly. So that is my first one that named Toady. And he played with the butterfly, and the butterfly stick on his nose at that time. And my yoga friend just like, you know what, that's funny. Send it to the American Funnies video. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do it. And then they're helping me. And he actually on American Funnies video 2 times in his lifetime. So that is my first English Bulldog.
And what is his name?
Toady, Toadie. Just like a toe because it's the flat face and short.
Yeah.
And then I love him so much, like he have one blue eyes and one brown. Just super special, very, very sweet boy. And then when my nephew passed away, the first nephew, he passed away at the age 11 years old, 2009, and Toady turned 3 years old. And I just like, how to like helping my mom and dad for therapy. I'm just thinking that, you know what, I'm going to breed the dog for my mom and dad to take care of them, to get, rid of like memory with the boy that she taking care of, that nephew for 12 years. And my mom just so broken at that time. And I'm just like, okay, you know what, I'm going to breed Toady. So I try to find a girlfriend for Toady. So one of my customers at the restaurant introduced me to the breeder in Tampa, which is 2 hours drive to get her. So I got there and I got Toady girlfriend named Daisy. So Um, so that's why you see a lot of Daisy. You see that how I have Daisy.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, you say that I have every page is Daisy, and then I breed them. So I have three puppies. So Gizmo, Panda, and Holly. So from Toadie and Daisy. So I had five before Lala. So they don't live long. So the last one named Panda that when at that time while I wrote the book and Panda's still alive. So that's why you see Panda. She is in the book. Yeah, that's Panda and Mommy.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so and Lala, God, I'm just like, I don't want to get hurt again when they are going to go. And I'm just like, okay, Lord, no more dogs. I don't want to have a dog anymore because five is enough. And I just don't want to see them suffer. And 2 weeks later, my friend, she's near and dear to me, that she went to Thailand with me and do mission with me. She's just like, hey, can you take care Lala for us? Because she's something else.
Yeah.
You're expert with the bulldog. And I'm like, well, it's hard for me to say no. And I'm like, Jesus, you're so funny. And Lala have one blue eyes and one brown.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like Toby. And I'm
Let's-
like,
Let's do our next hashtag.
okay.
The next hashtag is Jason.
Oh. Ooh, it's a hot question. So when we're teasing all the time that when I thinking of Jason, I'm just like, is he handsome, guys?
Well, tell them why. Because of what your mom said whenever you asked her.
Yeah. So when I, tell mom that, hey, mom, do you mind if I'm going to get married again? And she said, sure. And I'm like, you not like wait and think a little bit? You just like, sure. You not even like know who is this man, or you don't want to see him first. And she said, yeah, it's fine. But I know that inside of her heart, she have been prayed that she want to have a white boy in-law. She just like teasing me a while back that you live in America, why don't you get a American white guy? But that is a while back, and I totally forgot already, but God didn't forget her prayer. So and then I'm just like, all right, mom, let me show you the picture of Jason. And then I show her, and she's just like, yes, get married with him. And I'm like, why? Like, you not even think for a minute. You like say right away, just give your daughter to the stranger. What is your, like, reason? And she said, he's handsome.
That's funny. So that brings us to our next hashtag, which is true love, which you two obviously have found.
Yes. Absolutely. It's amazing.
I want to say heaven on earth.
Yes.
It's heaven on earth that, all the rainbow that you mentioned is God promise. And when I look back, I'm just like, wow. Oh, bless you. I'm just like,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So when I look back that, wow, the Bible is really, really God's word, that he promised something, he do it. And he loved us so much. He
Yes.
loved everybody on earth, not just only me and you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, I never thought about going to meet the true love, because with a broken heart. And I'm just like, only God knows. So to me, it's heaven on earth. And
Yes.
only God can do this.
Yes.
True love. And what about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it blows my mind. It's a miracle, and God continues to show us and grow us together, and every day is just an amazing blessing. So, just
And how has this short How has this short marriage? Talk to me about that's the last hashtag is marriage.
Oh, married.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might seem short in that it's only been almost 9 months now, but
Mhm.
we joke because we're like, it feels like it's been years. It feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
I mean, in a short amount of time, we've done many things. We went to California to promote the book in Los Angeles. We went to Hong Kong and Thailand together to promote the book there and connect with everyone in Thailand. Go to and meet with all of the Christian community there, the churches there, to kind of research and establish for mission trips that we're planning on doing. You know, we recently went to New York together. Like we've done a lot of things, had a lot of experiences, and it's just been awesome. So, it might seem to others that it's been a short amount of time, but when God does
But, yeah.
something, it's incredible to experience and be a part of. So,
And I want to add, like, it was from the Lord.
It's from the Lord.
So I think
Jason, you are so Napasorn is a you have businesses, and so you're an entrepreneur as I could see it. Jason, what is your career path? What do you do?
Yeah, so I've been in the software world for my entire career. That's what I was in California for. So different roles, software engineer, and I did try to start my own company at one point. Been in management and things like that. So yeah, working in software for different technology companies out of California and other places like New York. That's what I've been doing. So.
That's high tech. High tech is pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that God brought us together because we have the same heart. So when you said married, I just look at each other that we both have exactly the same heart, that we want to see people get salvation first and then experience true love from Jesus, that He is the God in the flesh. At one day, at one point, 2,000 years ago, right? But he's still alive because he said in the Bible that he had to go for him to be able to leave his spirit here. So that's why I'm just like, when I pray to many gods and I don't know who hear me. So when I'm like, oh, met Jesus and my life is like, you know, forever change, like totally change, and know that He answer back.
So there has to be a reason that I was called early this morning and asked if I could pitch hit and be your moderator today.
I love
And I think,
so honored.
dearly beloved, we are gathered here at Reader's Magnet, Author of the Hour, to rejoin this couple in their love and their peace and their join of Jesus together. So, Napasorn, will you take Mark again as your lawful wedded husband, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
100,000,000,000%. I do. All of my heart.
I take that to be an I do.
I do.
And Mark.
What's Jason?
Jason. I'm getting messages from Mark. My apologies. Jason.
No worries.
I'm going to marry you to somebody else. So Jason, will you renew your vows to Napasorn to have and to hold from this day forward in sickness and health until death do you part?
I do.
So then there we go. I have no credentials to do this, but I renew your marriage and pronounce you husband and wife for the next 1,000 years as it should come.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Yay!
Eternal.
Thank
So
you.
why don't you give your bride a little kiss and we'll continue with our,
Mwah.
thank you. Let's continue with our interview. How fun was that? And that's what I've been getting questions to do. I'm so, you know what, you two are just so inspirational as to how the Lord has led you to be a part of each other's lives.
Yeah.
Um, and how it seems to guide your journey with each other. And Napasorn, you and I both know that it's a difficult chore to take care of people. And we have both been caregivers. You longer than I have, but I am. Thank you for congratulations coming in. I understand and know, but you're fortunate in that you have Jason's love and his support, and that's kind of what you need. So, what do you think God's plan is you from here on out?
When
Or do
he
you
told
have any idea?
Yeah.
yeah, he told me to write a book at 2018. And my heart is always long for Thai people because I speak Thai. So, and I'm just like, want to make it count in this life that when I met Jesus already, and I'm just like, you know what, this is this good news that need to be told to the world because I'm just like, it sounds too good to be true, but we all have like bad news a lot lately, and I'm just like, with Jesus news, it's still going on strong, even like over 2000 years or how many years on this earth that, that people talk about him. And I'm just like, oh, my heart just want to go back to Thailand to share the good news. And also, a lot of Thai people here in the US too. So, but when God told me to write a book here, and I'm just like, at first, I'm just like, that is a joke, Jesus. But also, when I walk with him, I'm just like, he always do things like, that make sure that it's not from us.
Yeah.
So it's not like my own ability because if I going to open another Thai restaurant, I can open with my eyes closed because I had like 5, 6, 7 restaurant before and 2 yoga studio, and I'm just like, write a book, that is a joke. And then when he told me, I'm just like, well, Lord, if my story can help others, I do it. I do it. But at the beginning, I'm just like, who gonna read my book? Who am I? Like I just like don't know. But again, he just keep on confirm to me, confirm and confirm and confirm. And then he lead it. And when I look back, wow, now my heart is no longer broken. Look at God. He the one that planned everything from the beginning until now.
Yeah.
And we both have the same heart that want to go back to Thailand and lead the Thailand people because last time, believe it or not, that we walk on the street and we just like minister to the people on the street and pray that my best friend daughter get baptized while I'm there. And everything that we talk is happening at that time, July last year. So the people on the street accept Jesus. And the taxi people that I went for the first time mission 2019, he accept Jesus with me in the car. And my best friend daughter, we got an honor that she prayed to Jesus that she want Auntie Moo on Napasorn. My nickname is Moo, so she said she want Auntie Moo to baptize her, and I asked the Lord that I want to baptize her, and then we both like crying, and me and Jason have the honor to baptize her last time. And another 2 people that from the street that we minister that she say yes to the Lord. So and so many people that accept Jesus, through our sharing, and I'm just like, wow, this is so God, not from us. So we want to have a ministry in Thailand and write a book.
Yeah.
Jason, do you speak Thai?
I'm learning. I've been learning since we met, come together, and yeah. So it's something that's a goal for me. Like I really want to be able to speak and understand and talk to the Thai people and the family and everything. So yeah.
Tell one word. Tell one word. I can speak Thai
Yeah.
just a little bit.
ผมพูดภาษาไทยได้นิดหน่อย That means I can speak Thai only a little bit.
That's okay. What so where do you go from here? Do you have a business? Do you still have
So I have a business, just a share, not like a whole restaurant anymore.
okay.
Yeah. So I have
are you still in, do you still have the yoga and namaste cafe near SeaWorld?
I
No.
sold that 2012.
All right. And then are your businesses in downtown Orlando?
Yes, the one that I just sold 2019, that I'm asking God to release me and helping me if He want me to write a book, because I asking from my calling, because it's been like in the restaurant business, like restaurant business is just no life. You like
Sure. It's a tough business.
it's a tough business, and downtown Orlando, that location is very expensive. And it's 4,000 square feet. It's a big.
It's a lot of room.
Yeah, it's like over 100 seats, and the rent is like over 12,000 a month. So, and the Lord just helped me, release me, and show me about mission in Thailand. So I got a chance to go to mission with Pastor Jim Daigas. So I let the Lord lead me. After He told me to write a book, I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let you lead my life.
Do you know what they say? They say to let go and let God.
Yes.
And
It's
that
not easy.
there's a lot of truth in that.
Yes.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Scary though. It's like sometimes you don't see the future, but He knows.
Yeah.
It's hard to let go. It's hard for a lot of people to let go.
Yeah.
And that's a big step to put your hands someplace else where you can't see.
Right.
I mean, your faith is basically blind. It's not like it's somebody sitting across from you, giving you your daily orders. This is
like
this is this is an interesting. You two should be absolutely praised to the heavens for
Amen.
your absolute faith. I mean, I have not seen absolute faith like this in a long time. And we moderators interview lots and lots of ministers and preachers and a lot of people who talk about God, but from this Italian Catholic, let me say, I am incredibly impressed with the two of you, and I'm so happy that I got to interview a couple. We've tried a couple of times, and the wife has just sat behind the husband and would never come up and speak. This is really refreshing, Jason, to have you be a part of this. Let me see what's one of your most memorable moments together since you've been married? Has it been you've done a lot of travel? I did see you had gone to Hong Kong. And I did ask John if that was you in Hong Kong, and we chatted a bit, and he said yes, and you were married, and he told me at that point about Jason. So what's the most memorable time that the two of you have had together?
I mean, there's so many. It's again, it's
Oh, the number one that we talk exactly the same word. Tell her in a way that they understand.
which example? Because that happens a lot.
Yeah, like when we think of something, we talk, and he took the word off my mouth, and I took the word off his mouth. It's
Yeah,
happened every day.
yeah. It's a mind blowing experience. I mean, we share constantly throughout the day. You know, we enjoy each other's company so much, and you know, it's just amazing how God knows us so closely, so well, and can put two people together that He knows everything that they need, they want, they desire. And even
Love
though
the
that
same
we
thing.
didn't have the background of dating for
For
like a
years.
lot of people do before they get married, it's just been such an amazing experience to, as we move forward, to be like, oh wow, this is so neat that you like this too, you think this too.
We like the same thing a
Yeah.
lot. Like we date every day.
Yeah,
We do
and-
backward. We married first and then date the whole life.
yeah.
That's
So
okay. You're getting it all in.
yeah. So what she was just specifically talking about is like we have many times where we come together to pray together about the different things going on or what we're experiencing, and so many times where she will go to speak and say something and it's exactly what I'm thinking, and vice versa, and we both are just like, that's exactly what I was about to say, that's exactly the same words. So that's always a really, really neat experience to have that, and to know that God is working in our lives and guiding us on the things that we're supposed to be doing. But there's so many other
And
experiences.
many times that we say out loud together exactly the same word.
Yeah, at the same time.
At the same time.
I would say too, some of the other big things were like when we went to Thailand. That trip was an amazing experience, getting to meet so many of Napasorn's friends and family, and we were able to do wedding photography there, and that was an awesome experience. Just the photos, the outfits, that we wore, and the
10
settings
outfits.
and everything. Yeah, it's just really, really neat experience for sure.
Street
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah, we took photos on the streets in Bangkok, in a very busy area at night, and it's just a really cool experience.
And street food.
Yeah.
It's just it's just an unbelievable to me how you have successfully and honestly and wholeheartedly put your faith in the Lord, and you've accepted what He sends your way, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not, like we were saying earlier, it's not easy sometimes, but I guarantee you, for everyone, that if they're able to open their heart and accept Jesus and
Put Him first.
allow and put Him first, that everything will change in your life. God wants the best for all of us, and He loves all of us. And it's just been amazing to experience what we're getting to experience every day. So we just want to encourage everybody and share the good news as much as possible with everyone.
It's like God waiting.
Yeah.
Like He is waiting for whoever that willing
Yes.
to come.
So have you to preach to your congregation at all? Have you been invited to preach to your congregation or you go to church?
I might not preach, but the experience with
share your experience. Put it
share
that
the
way.
experience with Revelation Church. Because when I first met the Lord, I have a lot of customers invite me to many churches.
I'm sure.
So so I have a few church that they asking me to use my story to preach. Like pastor, come and have the food at my restaurant, and I'm just like preach to every table. Downtown Orlando have a lot of
I'm
tables.
sure. I'm sure.
And then some of the pastors just like, what did you just say? You just met who? It's just like, I just met Jesus. And he's just like, what? And then,
How fun.
yeah, and then he just like, oh my gosh, like, may I have your story, that I can preach on the sermon, some of the sermon. I said, please. But I think we got called to be like a frontline, like evangelist that tell the good news. And then, whatever that the Lord lead, we will do. But right now, like we're just practicing. I just have my English podcast, the first one last year, and then 3 Thai podcasts right now. So Reader Magnet is been helping me.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to tell you to this, but we've come to the end of our hour, and it has absolutely been a joy to have been with the two of you. I invite all of you to come back for some more of the Author of the Hours later today. And I wish you two the best of luck. Remember that at Reader's Magnet, we share our stories with the world. Bye. Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.